As we begin our high year, we celebrate it with our past presidents and founders that started our school. And in the Jewish tradition, we stand on their shoulders. They've grown the school to such a magnificent place, and we thank them.
Well, it was very interesting to being the first president. It's, when I reflect back and look upon those times, it's pretty amazing to me that we were able to get the school started. I think we started and formed our first meeting in March of 1979, and I was asked to go to a meeting by Rabbi Aaron Gold.
And the very beginning was extremely difficult. First, to get my congregation to accept the academy in our school building. Secondly, to help raise the money.
The way it was nominated, it was just somebody pointed, they said, we want you to be president, and I said, great, and you can be vice president, and you can be vice president, and you can be secretary. And that's basically what we started with. We had no money, we had no principal, we had no facilities, and we had no students. And trying to get parents to trust you to send their children to a day school where they thought the public schools was fine was quite a challenge. And you were trying to talk them into not only trusting you enough to send their students and their children, but to also give you $1,500 to pay for their tuition and to believe that they were going to be given a good education.
We knew that there was a place for this kind of education, for quality secular education combined with serious, authentic, what we call Torah true Jewish education.
The fact that it crossed denominational lines in many ways was one of its major contributions. The fact that it was a model community day school experience. Unlike other communities where you had the Orthodox day school and the Reform day school and the Conservative day school, we really made a strong effort to try and create an environment that would be welcoming to any Jew who wanted to educate their children in a community manner.
We were able to get a headmaster who knew how to start up a school, and we got some excellent faculty, interested, bright young people. The kids sensed it, and there was an excitement.
It's wondrous what has been accomplished. It's a tremendous sense of Jewish accomplishment in the community. Not that I did, that I was one of the starters, but that it grew because people wanted a day school that would bring in, that would include rather than exclude.
Anita and I stood out at Tifereth Israel out in the courtyard the day when the school opened and watched the 90 children line up and get ready to go into class. And I felt misty-eyed at that time as they had one of the children held an American flag, the other held an Israeli flag.
When I look back, we had our first consecration or dedication ceremony, and it was done at Hanukkah. And I remember very vividly when the rabbis spoke, they were expressing the feeling that, you know, here we were. Hanukkah was a time of miracles, and really the academy they were expressing is really being a miracle that it had come to fruition, and that made me feel real good at that time.
I have seen people doing God's work.
We don't have any place the last words of Yeshua.
Very few of us are Salks or Einsteins, and what we leave are our children, and hoping that they will do something or at least make the world a little better. And they are the future. They're our only future. So I look at it as a very important thing that we accomplished in getting the Jewish Academy started. One can't just take, one has to give back. If I gave back something to these youngsters and to people that attended the Academy, I'm very grateful for that opportunity because it allowed me to be a mensch.
At the outset of the founding of the Academy, there was a great deal of unanimity as far as what the important values were. We felt comfortable that the students who were passing through really had the talent and had the intelligence and had self-confidence, had leadership abilities, had Judaic knowledge. The students that have come through those doors have gone on to some of the finest educational institutions in the country.
Julian Josephson was president of the Academy from 1985 to 1987. And he said that our school has developed into the largest, most successful Jewish day school in San Diego. What about our greatest assets, our children? I'm completely satisfied that we have provided, during their early years, a sound base for them to advance from a Jewish experience no money can buy, and a love and caring unequaled other than in their homes.
I was fortunate to have two of my girls in there, in first and third grade. People ask me, what are you doing? Why do you take them from beautiful schools? At that time they were in La Jolla Country Day School. Where are you taking them? Well, San Diego Jewish Academy. It's an excellent school. It's one of the best schools. Now we are 440 kids in the Jewish Academy. We grew from 37 to 440 in 18 years. My wish is that in 10 years more, we will be 1,000. And we will be able to accomplish with the help of everybody.
My son, when he came home from school and told us what the concept of monotheism was, and that was in kindergarten, and so that really made us know that he was learning, and we were very proud of his achievements as well.
In the 1983-84 San Diego Jewish Academy yearbook, Michael Silverman, who was the president in those years, expressed his great satisfaction at the school having achieved the highest possible accreditation from the Western Association of Schools and Colleges. The success of our school will ultimately be measured by the success of our students, he said, academically and their ability to cope in the future outside the school environment. For these endeavors, Michael Silverman said, I believe that we have the best faculty available, a faculty that not only is dedicated way beyond expectations, but imparts a special caring for our children that is worth more than gold.
The Academy represented not only a good educational foundation, a good, strong Judaic foundation, but a certain level of protection, I think, from a lot of the challenges that the kids would have had to face in the so-called normal outside world. And I think that making that decision was the right one at the time, and certainly the right one today.
If we look at the history of the school and we see when the children graduate, either from the elementary section or the middle school, they tend to go into classes in the public school where they go into advanced classes. And if we look at the list of the alumni where they've attended college, it has to say something about the school. We have children all over the country in Ivy League schools, and they tend to do very well. So the background that they get both in the secular and of course the Judaic is a real plus for all of us.
My father, who was also a founder of this school, whose name was Larry Lawrence, was the head of the local Israel Bond Committee, and he would stand up there and challenge people. He would match gifts in order to raise money. So Aaron Feldman stood up, and this was the first money that was raised for the La Jolla campus, and he said he would like my dad to give $25,000 to the La Jolla campus. And my dad basically said, no, my grandchildren go to the San Carlos campus. So what he ended up doing was saying, if he could get other people to match the gift, he would end up giving to both campuses. So the first monies were raised at this Israel Bond dinner because there were matches that, for both campuses.
I think the junior high education is a real challenge. As a parent of a high school student now, I can see how hard it is and how much easier it is to educate a kindergartner and to deal with their parents. And as much as their parents are deeply concerned about their kids' education, there's nothing like dealing with junior high school students and their parents. So I think we've moved a long way in trying to make a seamless move between the lower division and the upper division, and the ability to really have quality education at the junior high level.
And we were very lucky and we were very blessed at that time. We, the initial dreamers, will be really gratified by seeing the school starting in kindergarten and finishing in high school. I think there is never enough Jewish education, plus the love and caring atmosphere of the junior high and the academy make the kids flourish also.
People would avoid us on the streets because they knew we were going to approach them about putting their children in this school that they wanted no part of because they wanted their children to be mainstreamed. Our argument was, what's so great about the mainstream? let's keep them in the small Jewish values stream where we can really give them some centering. We were for Brent, we had a vision, and we were completely driven by that vision, and we were relentless. Our biggest struggle was to create a market for the whole concept of a junior high school. The reason that it was so important to all of us is that we really felt that the community needed an institution where children at the adolescent point of their lives, where they are really at the point where they can question, when they're ready to start dealing with their own values and personal philosophies, that there would be a place for them within a Jewish context to be able to do that. And that the students who come out of that, we hope, will have a really strong sense of their identity anchored in strong Jewish values.
In my garage, I built 4 picnic tables so they had a place to eat lunch, again, in the parking lot of the school. So those were some interesting, challenging years with no money, a very small school with very few children and some very dedicated families.
We decided that we needed to look to the future and determine a path for the school. We involved all the parents, past founders, future parents, students, teachers, the entire community outside the school, United Jewish Federation, and many agencies. So with their input, we put together a long-range plan which really projected the school's image and the school's direction for the future. Out of the long-range plan came the decision that we really needed to go to one campus. It was just maybe not the right time to think about consolidating the school at that time, but it definitely sparked the fire for what we're about to endeavor to proceed with now. We decided that in order to culminate the Jewish experience of the students when they graduate 9th grade, the best thing for them to do would be to go and live Israel as they had learned it these past 10 years. We learn in Judaism that we have to teach our children, and it's an obligation. We don't have a choice. We have to teach our children about Torah. We have to teach them about the 3 aspects of Judaism, and we really do that. And the school endeavors and provides a background for that. I mean, I don't believe that the school ever replaces the home, but it definitely supplements the home. And it gives these children a background of Jewish values, and besides the secular education, which is so excellent, but it teaches them Jewish values and Jewish education that when they grow up, they're able to take out into the world and be leaders in their own right with knowledge and not from ignorance.
As far as the community is concerned, having a Judaic background as well as an excellent secular education benefits the Jewish community because we have educated people who know about their own people and can make a difference for Jewish continuity.
And at our board retreat during my first year as president, we came to the decision that we were going to unite and be one school. And that gave us the opportunity to forge ahead and make our plans, to look for land, to build a school, and to grow. The people at the different campuses have gotten to know each other better, have been getting along better, are working together as a team, and I know that as a result of that merge, the school will be able to grow and to flourish and to serve the needs of a greater part of the San Diego Jewish community.
The San Diego Jewish Academy has an excellent record of secular education. We have the highest accreditation possible from the state of California. We are so proud of where we are. We have over 440 students now. The school is bulging at the seams, and we hope in the future that any Jewish child who wants a Jewish education can get one.
Well, I think today the Academy is viewed by probably most people in the Jewish community today as the leading quality, all-around good Jewish school in San Diego. It appeals, I think, to the broadest base of the Jewish community, and it's an institution that has a great track record, high standards. The students have done extremely well in all the schools that they've gone on to from the Academy, and I think it's prepared the future generation of Jewish people for our community if they come back here, or the community to where they end up eventually living in.
I wish that in our times we will see the San Diego Jewish Academy having their own building with all the facilities and space that it's needed.
Now We are struggling because we want to create a high school. And this is our future, and we're going to have it.
My vision is one campus that is a community Jewish day school that is open to all forms of Judaic belief with a very strong, of course, secular background and a facility that would attract children to come to the school.
My hope for the future is a wonderful school on a wonderful facility open to every single Jewish child that would like to attend, regardless of their financial need, from preschool through high school. Big campus with lots of kids studying Torah, playing sport, learning English and math, and really having a wonderful Jewish experience for their school life, and being able to provide the leadership and the substance for the future generation.
As current president of the San Diego Jewish Academy, I would need to thank the presidents before me, the board, and the founders. They've created such a wonderful school with academic excellence that is superb. I'm proud to send my children there and feel privileged to be the current president of the board. We now must take the vision that they started and grow it. And that means growing a new facility, building it, finding land. And I hope to say at the end of my presidency that we have built a superb facility for the children of San Diego.
I'm standing on the shore.